Welcome to Alky Podcast. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Allison Quiroga. I am from the Queen City of the South, Cebu. A warm welcome to everyone listening to this podcast. For today's episode, we will be talking about intermittent fasting, or also known as intermittent energy restriction. Did you know that fasting is one of the hottest diet out there? But before we get started, let me just remind you guys that there is no perfect diet, okay? Let me highlight that phrase, no perfect diet for everyone, okay? Each person is an individual with unique genetics, and also there's a number one fact that we all have different lives, okay, and lifestyles. When you eat a normal meal, glucose from carbohydrates and fatty acids from fats are the main energy sources for yourself, okay? After you've eaten, glucose is used as a direct source of energy. Fatty acids are stored in your fat tissues in the form of triglycerides, okay? So fat tissues in the form of triglycerides. So when you fast, guys, eat nothing or even you eat a little, your body runs out of glucose, and that's the time when you need an alternative source of energy in order for your body to keep going and in order for you to keep going, okay? It's like the battery, okay? So triglycerides now breaks down into their individual components. So that's the time into fatty acids and glycerol. Then the liver will convert those fatty acids into ketone bodies or ketones. So this is used an alternative source of energy for many tissues, including the brain. That's why it's very useful, okay? So when you eat enough food, particularly from all the three micronutrient foods, again, it is already taught a lot of times in school, the three macronutrient foods, meaning the carbohydrate, proteins, and fats, okay? So the amount of ketone in your body are up. Again, ketones are used as an alternative source of energy for many tissues in your body, most especially the brain. So, guys, did you know that fasting helps improve your metabolic state? Okay, so let's talk about time-restricted eating. So there are different versions, okay? So such as 16-8 diet, okay? Meaning 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating, okay? And 12-12, or also called the circadian or circadian rhythm diet, to 12 hours of fasting, and 12 hours of eating. So guys, you will not just do whatever you want to do because you will follow a designated meal plan with a time frame. Okay, so there's a time frame for drinking water, tea, or even coffee, as long as there is no any sugar, cream, or milk in it. Okay, and did you know that practicing time restricted eating, especially for those who are um, pre-diabetic or pre-diabetes, that have better insulin sensitivity, they have better insulin sensitivity. Also, they have a reduced blood pressure, oxidative stress, and also it increases the B cell function, okay, in the body. And overall, it improves our metabolic health and makes you feel more full. So that's why we become full, okay? Meal timing does play a role in metabolic health independent of a weight loss. So you can choose between 16-8 diet or 12-12 diet, or even in between 14-10 diet, okay? Let me just tell you this straightly, that you need to avoid eating late at night, okay? So it will be easier for you to lose weight. Okay, there's a second type of fasting, the periodic fasting. Okay, there will be non-fasting days for you. You will have no restrictions in your courage to eat until you feel full. But on your fasting days, you will either eat nothing or you will restrict your calorie intake. Okay? For example, restricting the calories from 0 to 40% of your usual intake. This particular fasting will take place on 1 to 2 non-consecutive days per week. For example, only during Mondays or Wednesdays, you will do this kind of fasting. Also, this particular method involves calorie counting, okay? If you end up eating small amounts on fasting days, or you could estimate it by eating a small meal, okay? So the next one is alternate day fasting. By the name itself, alternate day, you will alternate your days of fasting on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, but eat without restriction on the other days. So to conclude, you are allowed to fast 3 to 5 times a week. There are a number of ways that you can fast that suits your needs. Okay? So even though it all sounded pretty simple, but the hardest part is to stop eating, guys. That is the very hardest part. Okay? Oh, I mean hardest part. So let me give you a trick to fasting properly. If you want to make it serious, then you must include it in your own lifestyle, guys. That's very true, okay? So, nutritionists and researchers suggest that in order for you should taper down your eating hours over a period of 4 months, and after 4 months, you will be able to see the improvements of what you've done in the past months. Okay, so let's talk about time restricted eating. Okay, time restricted eating slowly decrease your time of eating and slowly increase your time of fasting. And all you need to do is to drink non-caloric drinks while at the time of fasting, and it is best to taper things down 1 month at a time. Also, guys, you don't need to rush at all. You just need to give your body enough time to adjust. Okay? So, based on my own experience, for the first month, I decreased eating sweets and foods that contain high calories. Okay? Also, I refrained from eating midnight snacks that would really take part in gaining weight, though you are about to sleep already, then your body will not function, so it will not drain energy, fats. Okay? So during the second month, I increased eating foods that are healthier, such as fruits and vegetables that has an adequate amount for my needs. So in order for me to function very well also, I also need to eat healthy foods, right? But personally, me as a person, I really love eating fruits and vegetables, guys. So for the third month, I decreased my eating hours to boost my metabolism. For example, eating hours from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. only, and fast for the rest of the hours. That's a good idea. Okay? So, after all, you are the one who is in control of yourself. So, you're also the one who can help yourself, guys. You are also the one who is responsible for your own actions. Personally, I really love eating sweets. I'm I I'm a sweet tooth myself, okay? For me, this is the hardest part among all the foods that I will restrict myself from eating, because I can't complete my day without eating sweets, any kind of sweets, especially candies, ice cream, okay? Eating vegetables and fruit is not a problem for me. Though eating those makes me happy, and when I was a child, I was trained to eat fruits and vegetables during my meal, okay? Also, let me tell you this, that fasting can be done slowly. You don't need to rush things up, okay? You don't need to pressure your system on the spot just because you really want to lose weight. It's not about that. It's not like that. It will not work, not unless you slowly work for it, okay? You trust the process.